When you drive along the high street in Riccarton, in some places, at first glance, things seem normal. And then suddenly you find one shop looks like it's been torn apart, brick by brick, and dumped in a pile. It's the randomness of the effects of the September 4th earthquake that strike you. One building falls, the one next door remains standing. One house will be wrecked to the point of demolition, another stands intact. As Canterbury moves into the restoration phase of the aftermath of the quake, the true enormity of the task is beginning to become clearer. Some of New Zealand's loveliest and most important heritage buildings have been, in cases, severely damaged. Many churches are cracked and will need major building work before they can be used by their congregations again. Steve Williams is the pastor of the Mountain View Community Church in Darfield, close to where the quake was centred.
It was like a violent shaking, and having been in, as I said, having been in the Ngangahua earthquake, it was totally different. This was more violent, more really sharp, and just like real quick jolts.
So you knew it was an earthquake?
Oh yes. Oh, yeah. When the house started shaking and I got up and I opened the door and all of a sudden it just went black because I'd turned the lights on and it just went black and I thought, uh-oh. And of course when I stepped out, I stepped into water. And I thought, oh no, because we've got fish tanks along the wall. My daughter was frightened, I know that, and I mean, I was too, but of course when I heard her scream, I forgot about me and she was the one, but my son slept through it.
He didn't notice anything?
He thought it was just shaking, but he slept through it.
How old is he?
16.
Just down the road from Darfield is the little township of Hororata. Its magnificent Anglican parish church of St John's serves a community stretching from the Central Divide almost to the coast. At least it did until 4:36 a.m. on September the 4th. Now, much of the bell tower has fallen either into the churchyard or into the church itself through the roof. It's a devastating blow. Jenny Carter is the vicar of St John's.
It is a beautiful church, but it's also a real anchor to this community, and the losing of our tower has shattered a real stronghold for people. But the back of the church might be broken, but we'll put her in traction and we'll rebuild it.
How old is the church?
99 and a half years.
Can you tell me about the actual morning of the quake?
Well, most of it was just incredible shock and being absolutely gutted. The quake was a really frightening experience for everyone in the community, including myself. And just coming out and seeing the building was heart-wrenching, but at the same time knowing that the building is only part of it. It's the community, it's the spirit of the people that are the basis of this community, and that hasn't been broken, and the spirit is just deeper and stronger in this community than it's ever been.
So is the church open for use or is it shut?
No, it's got a red sticker on the door. We're not allowed in there, but we have the original building, a church building across the road, which was built in 1875 and moved over there so this could be built. So we've just turned it round back into a church and we'll use that until this one's back up and running.
How's it been for you as the minister here, because the church is the place that people come to, especially in times of crisis, but you're kind of dealing with your own crisis in terms of the church and the building and needing to support the people?
Well, I'm only one of many in the community that people are looking to, and because the community is so knitted together, the support has been in all directions and across all levels of the community. So as much as I'm giving out, I'm receiving as well, and that's just what church and community is all about.
What sort of cost might you be looking at for restoration here, do you know?
Several million. We're totally underinsured. Communities like this can't afford replacement insurance. We don't have it, but we have the will and we will rebuild it.
Specialist skills required to repair this church?
Well, because we'll need it earthquake proofed, we'll need architectural designs to strengthen it. We'll need competent engineers and stonemasons who know what they're doing.
Have you got any stories of comments or feedback from your parishioners?
Most of it is, we've got to rebuild, don't you dare say we're not. And people have just been turning up, offering their skills, offering their help. It's just overwhelming, the generosity that's coming.
So what size community would be here in Hororata?
It represents a lot of people, and there's a lot of people whose ancestors started here and have moved out and are coming back. You know, they're really concerned.
What finally would you like to say to people?
God bless you and keep going.
The scars on the buildings will eventually be repaired, but the scars on the memories of the people who lived through the earthquake may take longer to fade.